Welcome back, everyone. Moving on to another communication question on the test. We have to compare and contrast the two functions 8 to the power of x and 4 to the power of 2x. And when I get a question like this, first thing I like to do is see if I could switch both functions to have the same base, because once they have the same base, they're a little bit more comparable. And notice with 8 to the power of x and 4 to the power of 2x, we can switch the 8 and the 4 to both have a base of 2. So the 8 we can rewrite as 2 to the power of 3, and this would be to the power of x. And then this 4 we would write as 2 to the power of 2 to the power of 2x. So this would be 2 to the power of 4x. And then this here would just be 2 to the power of 3x. Right? Now they have the same base 2, a little bit more comparable versus 8 to the power of x and 4 to the power of 2x. So from here we can tell both have the same base 2. This one has a what? It has a k value of 3, which means it is horizontally compressed by 1 over 3. Right, when it has a base of 2. And this one here is horizontally compressed by 1 over 4. We could also make a table of values for both of these and plot them. So we'd have x, 2 to the power of 3x. Then here we'll have x and then 2 to the power of 4x. So let's maybe use -1, 0, and 1. And here we'll have -1, 0, and 1. You'll get these two corresponding y values for each of them when you plug in those corresponding x values for both functions. So let's try to graph these here. So we got -1 and then +1. Okay, notice how both of them, they're both going to have a y-intercept of 0. So that's another commonality between both of them. They're both going to have the same y-intercept. Now this one, at an x value -1, it has a y value of 0.125. So let's say that that's like over here. And then at an x value 1 has a y value of 8. Let's say that's like up here. This is not necessarily to scale at the moment, but just trying to show you how both will look on the graph. Right, so this one is f of x. 8 to the power of x or 2 to the power of 3x. Both of those are the same function. Now, what if we plot this one? -1, 0.0625. So 0.0625 is below 0.125. It's a smaller y value, so that's going to be like over here. They're both going to have the same y-intercept, right? This is going to be at 0 and 1. And then 1 and 16, if this is 1 and 8, then 1 and 16 is going to be like up here. So this one is going to be a little bit more steeper. Right, so this one here is g of x is equal to 4 to the power of 2x, which is the same as 2 to the power of 4x. Right, so this one is a little bit more steeper than this one here. And that makes sense from these two transformations. This one is more horizontally compressed, hence why it's going to be steeper. Right, so that's another way to compare the functions. You could graph them. You could make a table of values with the same x values for both, graph them, and then see how they look. But yeah, this is a potential difference between them if you're going to write it in words. This one is more horizontally compressed. Something that is similar between them is that they both have the same y-intercept. And then when you graph them, you could see that they are different.